Hey everyone, Bri the Sky Guy here from A Time for Science with eyes on the sky over eastern North Carolina. Today we're going to take a look at some of those newcomers in the nighttime sky and then take one last look at those galaxies that are far, far away. We start off looking towards the south and we see some familiar constellations. We still have Leo, Boötes, and Virgo dotting the night sky, each appearing more towards the west now because over time we have progressed in our orbit around the sun. So as we orbit the sun, we see different parts of our galaxy giving us the different constellations. In June, we start to see a new set of constellations in the early evening, the summer constellations. We can find these constellations by using some familiar tricks. We start just like we did before with the handle of the Big Dipper. From the handle of the Big Dipper, we arc to Arcturus. Now, instead of spiking to Spica, we pan towards the east to Vega. No fancy lingo for this move, unfortunately, but Vega shouldn't be hard to find at all. It's the fifth brightest star in the sky, so it's going to stand out quite nicely out there towards the east in early June. Vega is the bright star of the constellation Lyra the Harp, which to me looks more like a necktie, but to each their own. The story goes, Lyra is the enchanted musical instrument of Orpheus, an ancient Greek musician who could charm rocks and streams with his beautiful melodies. Other cultures, particularly Arabic cultures, depict Lyra not as a musical instrument, but as a vulture or an eagle. And this is where we get the name for that bright star, Vega. Right in between our route from Arcturus to Vega, we have this spaghetti monster looking thing. This is actually one of the greatest heroes of all time, Hercules. Hercules is the strongman hero from Greek mythology and Roman mythology too. His battles and labors are told throughout the 88 constellations. For example, in Hercules' first labor, he is tasked with killing a lion with impenetrable pelt who was terrorizing the city of Nemea. The lion of Nemea is identified with Leo the lion. And in this artwork from 1729, we can see Hercules wearing the lion's pelt as armor, protecting his back and other sensitive areas. The hip torso area of Hercules is called the keystone. It is the brightest, most distinct part of the constellation of Hercules. Along the western edge of the keystone, we have a wonderful faint fuzzy to talk about. M13, or the Hercules cluster, is a tightly packed collection of stars called a globular cluster. Globular clusters are huge groups of stars, upwards to 1 million stars that lay outside our galaxy. These things orbit our galaxy, and astronomers use them to learn all sorts of things from the age of the universe to the size of the Milky Way. This is just a preview of what's to come because globular clusters litter the summer skies. So we'll be talking more about these real soon. All right, before we do move on away from the springtime sky and into the summer skies, I do want to talk one more time about galaxies and why we get to see these other galaxies so well during the springtime. Now, if we look at the complete sky all at once, what we see is that during the springtime, the Milky Way wraps all the way around the horizon. And this demonstrates how during the springtime we are looking up and out of the disk of our spiral galaxy and into intergalactic space, allowing us to see lots of other galaxies. But that might not be the whole story. Recently, a team of researchers discovered a huge arc in the sky around the Big Dipper. The arc appears to be a shock wave from an ancient supernova that detonated in our solar neighborhood maybe 100,000 years ago. It seems that this shock wave is contributing to the clearing out of gas and dust in the interstellar medium in the area surrounding the Big Dipper, which is where we get to take these amazing photos like the Hubble Deep Field, where we see thousands of galaxies all at once. And I'm just going to rant for a minute about this image here. Just totally amazing. Just kind of unbelievable what we're actually looking at in this image. Every point of light here is a galaxy. That was the whole point behind taking this image. They pointed the Hubble Space Telescope at the emptiest, darkest point in the sky, and they just let that telescope stare at that point for, I think, 2 weeks or so. And this is the result of that. We have just almost endless galaxies here. Like if you ever want to just kind of sit back and contemplate what the universe is, I mean, this is the picture to do it. It is crazy as far as I'm concerned. Just so much and just such a small part of the sky. I mean, if you hold your hand out, stick out your pinky finger, and just reach as far as you can, and put that onto the sky. This image is smaller than your pinky finger, at least the nail on your pinky finger. So you're looking at just a little spot in the sky, just a speck on the sky, and we're just talking endless galaxies. So universe, it's a big place. So much out there to explore and be amazed by. So have fun dwelling on that if you wish. If not, that's cool too. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for joining me. This is once again Bri the Sky Guy from A Time for Science, signing off for Eyes on the Sky on Eastern North Carolina. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.